Outlaw, Macho, Drive In.
In a case like, but if you have Shane McMahon in any match, you got to play to the strength. And
Yes, exactly.
What's a Shane McMahon match without high spots? It's not.
Right. Just him throwing punches.
I don't know. That's why I'm laughing, because you even in the cage, I don't know, because he's gonna do that, take RVD move, of course. But yeah, you're right.
I mean, you gotta have Shane McMahon inside a Hell in a Cell match, and do that amazing high spot of having his face stuffed into a giant's ass.
Which, yeah, that is coming up. Which is
See, I buried the lead there. You didn't see that one coming.
I
noticed. Thank you for the wonderful segue there.
Yeah,
that's great.
That's definitely a winning cell match, to say the least.
You broke Joe for about a minute.
Yeah.
Well, I rewatched that match, honestly, about a month ago, just for the hell of it. Just so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna pop on a random Hell in a Cell, and I was like, I'm gonna revisit this match and skip a few Hell in a Cells and go to 2006 real quick. DX versus Vince and Shane versus the Big Show.
Well, no, Big Show was teaming with Vince and Shane, wasn't he?
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
DX versus Vince, Shane, and the Big Show.
Okay, before we go any further, was it Shane McMahon's face or is it Vince McMahon's face that got into that?
Vince McMahon's face.
It was Vince McMahon. Okay, my bad.
Just to say, I did not see this match. I didn't see this match, and I'm guessing I'm happy not to.
Yeah.
Honestly, as far as the pre-Hell in a Cell pay-per-view matches go, this is the match that probably feels the most like a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view match of them, because granted, the McMahons versus DX was a quote-unquote hot program of 2006, but didn't really need a Cell. Adding Big Show into it was just basically, the McMahons trying to stack the odds against DX, whatever. There's really not a lot of Shane spots in the match. Shane takes a lot of bumps into the Cell, but there's no real big spots in it.
It's honestly a pretty dull match. It's not.
It is.
It's not a bad match per se, but it's dull.
No.
Yeah.
It's dull. It's not deserving of a Cell, to say the least.
Yeah. I saw the match. I saw the card.
It's also I think this is the first match where you had the mega Hell in a Cell, that Cell just
Yeah, this was it.
It started going to the gym during its time off, and this was its new physique.
Yes.
It's a big ass.
And I'm so mad.
My friend texted me. That's a big ass cage. Anyway, go. You're so mad for it.
No, I'm saying mad that they didn't make it blue for SmackDown. They looked weird.
Yeah, I'm so pissed. I was like,
big red. Yeah.
I was like, you can't just you could just spray paint. It's not gonna cost you that much. And then sprayed red again back again.
Yeah.
But,
Triple H versus Kevin Nash, 2003. It didn't mind the feud, and this feud actually did. It was deserving of a Cell because they had been feuding for a few months at this point. Yeah. It's cool to say that Nash had a Cell match. It's not a bad match, but it's not necessarily a great match.
It's not memorable.
Yes, it's not. Yes, exactly.
I tried to remember anything past the fact that Mick Foley was the special referee, but I cannot.
I do like the fact that all three Bad Blood pay-per-views all had Hell in a Cell matches. Because this was at it, and then the next one, which was Triple H and Shawn Michaels, plus the original with Baker and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah,
so that was cool. But it just really wasn't a memorable match. But yeah, as I said, it wasn't bad. It's just post squad tearing Kevin Nash. Really not. He's just really limited.
It's
like good idea on paper.
Yeah, it's unremarkable, I guess, if that's what you could say about it.
Yes.
It's,
Yeah.
It was also, I think, the idea was it was to establish that Triple H is the king of these here woods. It's
Probably was.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, but honestly, you could have thrown someone other than Kevin Nash because Kevin Nash was just coming back off injury. He was a little hot, and that match just fizzled him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was basically Nash trying to show that he can still do something. But yeah, pretty much after this match, like the rest of, he was only on the show again for another 2 months because he left right after SummerSlam, but he really fizzled after this match.
Mm-hmm. And we never got the Nash and Punk match that we always wanted for.
That would have been a few years later during the second Triple H. Yeah, because this was 2003 here.
See, told you, all stuff mixed together. Because I remember I seen the match, but I'm just like, it's Kevin Nash.
This was when Triple H was the leader of Evolution. Kevin Nash came back to help out Shawn Michaels against him.
He was trying to get the peace between Shawn Michaels and Triple H, but it didn't work out. So
yeah.
He had a kick-ass theme in 2003 though.
Did I liked it?
It was kind of like a very like a slow Diesel song.
It's because originally when he came back, they were just going to call him Diesel. He wasn't going to be Kevin Nash when he originally returned from injury.
They could have called him Kevin Diesel Nash.
He honestly could have just thrown Diesel as a name because they had his hair darkened a bit. Yeah.
Just a nickname. So
everyone knew at that point. I mean, everyone knew no matter what.
Exactly. And it just... It was weird. Because, see... I'm thinking this when they brought him back as NWO. And that's weird. That was the whole thing. Like, we know this Kevin Nash. We seen Kevin Nash more than Diesel. Why go back? And then, to me, I think it'd be weird if you call him Diesel. I'm so used to calling him Nash.
Yeah.
That's all.
Same.
Yeah, but still, Diesel is still a kick-ass character. I mean, like, if you guys want to hear our thoughts on the character of Diesel, you could check us out. Just last week's podcast, we were talking about the amazing run that he had. Search for Outlaw. Just search for Outlaw Macho Driving wherever fine podcasts are available. Thank you for joining us on the Outlaw Macho Driving. If you like that video, please click like and subscribe to our channel for more content from the drive-in. For full episodes of our podcast, you may look us up on Anchor, Spotify, or wherever your favorite podcasts are available. Just search for Outlaw Macho Driving. And if it's not too much trouble, would you help us out here? Spread the word, share. We would really appreciate it. Thank you. We love you. Bye.